Uber may have tried to fool Apple and may have gotten caught and may be suffering even more consequences. Or are they doing the right thing as they say after all? I don't know. Well, I do know. So it seems a while back, according to a recent New York Times article, that Uber CEO Travis Kalanick went to Apple's headquarters in Cupertino to visit Tim Cook because Tim had an issue, which was that it seemed that Uber had been fingerprinting users through their phones, which would be that they would be able to identify and track users of Uber even after they had deleted the app, even after the phone had been reset. That seems very far to have gone that way. And what was interesting was Uber seemed to have geofenced the Cupertino headquarters of Apple so that in the hopes that no one would catch them. However, and this is my conjecture, one day one employee worked from home and then they found it. That's my conjecture.
Well, that's what I think what ended up happening with this is that not only did they geofence, which is such an interesting thing, but that basically means that the entire location of the Apple headquarters, they blocked off, but they also tried to figure out who were employees of Apple, and they tried to block off anybody who was an employee of Apple. So it makes me think somebody's significant other or small child of some sort was taking Uber.
I mean,
they just found them out. Yeah, come on.
There's a lot of crossover. There's a lot of talking. So basically it was discovered despite their attempts to hide the fact that they had been identifying and tracking users even after they were done with Uber, even if they had erased their phones, which is an issue. And it is an issue, according to Tim Cook, that would have gotten Uber kicked out of the App Store, which would have been disastrous to their business model, effectively killing it, I would say, considering how much of their customers probably use iPhones that can only download apps through the Apple Store.
Right, and I know that right now they're already having some contentious issues with their drivers. They're already having issues. Corporate culture in China as well, so expanding their market overseas. So things like this are no bueno. To use a technical term.
Well, Uber themselves is refuting this, and they sent a statement out to The Verge saying, "We absolutely do not track individual users or their location if they've deleted the app. As the New York Times story notes toward the very end, this is a typical way to prevent fraudsters from loading Uber onto a stolen phone, putting in a stolen credit card, taking an expensive ride, and then wiping the phone over and over again. Similar techniques are also used for detecting and blocking suspicious logins to protect our users' accounts. Being able to recognize known bad actors when they try to get back onto our network is an important security measure for both Uber and our users." Well, you can interpret that as you may. However, if it is against Apple's rules, you got to stop doing that at the very least. I also do not think it's as widespread as Uber is portraying it. Uber has faced a lot of backlash lately. Secret programs to evade government regulators and track rival drivers, track customers without permission, is being sued for allegedly stealing proprietary information regarding self-driving cars from Alphabet's Waymo. So there's a lot going on. This could not have come at a worse time for Uber. And I don't know how this is going to fare for the company. They are a giant. They are the biggest ride-sharing app, but there is a lot of bad press coming out. I think a lot of what led Kalanick to become as successful as he is also leading to his downfall, or perhaps downfall. You know, it's conjecture at this point. But it kind of, to break and bend the rules and take no prisoners will be very helpful in the beginning if no one catches you. But man, it looks like you've got all eyes on you at this point. You got caught.
You got caught.
You gotta ease up a little bit, or change your policies, or don't do that at all. Audience, did you participate in the Delete Uber cavalcade? I don't know, a movement that recently happened. And do you have Uber? Do you like Uber? Let us know what you think about them below in the comments, and please like and subscribe for more.